up, y'all? New chair dev here. I've been in a mood, man, for the last couple days. As we all know, what's been going around America right now, man. You know, it's been a little crazy out there, and you know, I've been out there. I've done my fair share of the P word. I know YouTube's flagging out there, but I've done my fair share of out there. I've donated. You know, I've given back to the cause. It's just crazy out there, man, and you know, I really haven't been in the mood to do videos, but you know, I feel like we all need to laugh. We all need to smile. You know, I think that I can speak for everyone. Music is definitely one of the main ways to kind of just clear your mind, just to get away from the world, to get away from everything. And I know I promised you guys this as well as Man on the Moon, which I will do this week as well. But you know, I just kind of needed a little break, and I'm glad that with me taking a break, I still got the support behind me. But today, man, throwback, Patreon, throwback, YouTube. You know, this is what we're doing here, man. We're gonna listen to Yeezus, the 2 albums of the month, Yeezus and Man on the Moon. But today, Yeezus, probably one of the most controversial albums from Kanye West. I didn't want to, you know, go into this without energy. I definitely have a little bit more energy now. I'm definitely in a better mood. I'm smiling. I'm happy. You know, two more vinyls on the wall. We're starting to fill the wall up, even though I'm getting ready to move soon. I'm just happy, man. I'm just happy again. I'm glad. While I'm in this happy space, we might as well just get these 10 tracks out of here. Like I said, the most controversial album from Kanye. People still to this day dislike the album because of what Kanye was saying that it was an influence from Death Grips, which I don't really agree with, because there's only like 4 tracks on here that kind of has that you know, heavy metal distortion sound going off, which kind of just grew on me as well. A lot of this project has grew on a lot of people over the years. I think that this is probably one of Kanye's best albums. Like, if you really think about it, man, it shifted the game. It influenced a lot of the shit we have today. A lot of you guys like to say that Death Grips is the influence, but I tell you like this: just because somebody else did it, the true influence is Kanye West. Just because somebody did it first. Look, if I go out there and I swing a bat, no one notices me, all right? If Barry Bonds goes out there and swings a bat, everybody knows Barry Bonds. He's the influencer. That's just how it works. While Death Grips may have had the sound, Yeezus literally accomplished everything around the sound to push it forward to what it is nowadays in music. So, that being said, man, too much talking, like always. Been talking too much, man. We got Yeezus. Y'all ready? So let me image you right, man. So right here, man. Track one has to be the track that I disliked when I first heard the album. I was like, what is this? Like, what is Kanye trying to like? He just got done doing you know, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, right? At that time, yeah. Got just doing My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then he comes with Yeezus. And I'm sitting here like, what sound is it? We literally got this classical dark theme, you know what I'm saying, production out of the world, and you giving me nothing but this radio, you know what I'm talking about, the TV, you know, gray screen. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Boy, did I not know a couple years later what the fuck I was talking about, because this shit right. When I hear this track, because a lot of people actually like to hear the lyrics, even he's saying some real shit, but really what these first 3 tracks are supposed to do, like the distorted tracks, what they're supposed to do, they put you into this mode that I cannot explain. Kind of what Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo put you in, but less of that. And it puts you into this mode where it's just like I don't know really how to explain it, you know what I'm saying? Yeezus season approaching, fuck whatever y'all in. Fuck whatever y'all been wearing.
Get in, Indian hair, no moccasins. There's too many hoes in this house of sin. Real nigga back in the house again. Black Tim's all on your couch again. Black dick all on your spouse again.
She got more men off than Cochran. On site? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking. Like, when he said, like, on site, and a lot of people don't really agree with the sound, bro, but it's more of the feeling, bro. It's like this hardcore feeling where it's just like, on sight, how much do I not give a fuck? On sight,
now for you give it up. Baby girl try and get in sports ball, let's keep it bouncing. Everybody wanna live at the top of the mountain. Took her to the blue, she try to sip the fountain. That's it.
Come on.
Right now. I need right now.
Like, for me, man, I'm a guy of production, all right? I love production. And for him to kind of just take this sound, like, again, I am guilty of it. I will tell you guys when I am wrong, and I will admit it. I told you guys 2 years ago I did not like Gunna. Now I follow this motherfucker on Instagram. I be telling y'all. This man literally made this shit, and the sound of like, that shit was crazy. And I did not agree with that at first. 5 years, 6 years later, bro, this shit hands down. While it may not be, actually I lie, it probably is one of my favorite, Ye albums. But it's like, it's weirdly placed in my top, you know what I'm saying, my top, because it is up there, because it's just, it's great.
Right now. I need right now.
Come on, bro, that shit is crazy. Oh shit, that shit was on shuffle. Let me take my shit off shuffle. That's for the Twitch stream. But like, that Black Skinhead was probably the track for me that I was really like, I didn't really like at first either, because it kind of had like the, I don't know, man, it was like this rock and roll sound, but it sounded like it was very like jungly. I don't know what kind of sound you would actually call it. And, you know, like tribal and shit. And I'm just sitting there like, is this really a cool track? But then you catch yourself
Bitch.
oh shit, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I felt like on this album, from what we got from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then coming to this album, he literally gave no fucks. My dude Ye said, "You are not fucking with me. I don't give a fuck." Come on, bro. You can't tell me this song don't make you feel some type of way. Like, I felt like that's exactly what this Yeezy album was doing. It was set up to make you feel. You have to feel the album. You know, oh, what's that Drake song? You know, what to feel. You know what I'm saying? So most people, what song is that? Is that Passion? Like I said, man, I used to skip that song so much, and I've come to appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that if you listen to a song more, you know, you're going to like it. Like I tell you guys, there's artists where you can listen to the song 20 million times on the loop for 3 days straight, and you won't like the song. All right, Black Skinhead, while I didn't appreciate it at first, again, I love the energy. It was just kind of weird. You know, going from On Site to Black Skinhead, I'm just sitting there just like, what? Like, is this... Like, what direction is this album going in? You guys remember, man, this is kind of a re-review. This is kind of just letting you guys know where I was in place at the time, where I was, where my head was. Because I look, music for me, man, is memorable, man. I remember everything where it's coming from me. Like, I remember, like, spots. I remember what I was doing, what I was drinking, you know, areas in the living room. Because I used to live in a bachelor pad with my homies, you know what I'm saying? It was 4 of us. We had a 6-bedroom house. So I remember being in the kitchen, my homie's a Yeezus motherfucking Stan, loves that shit. And I'm sitting here just like, you really like this shit? Like, I mean, On Site was, I guess it was whatever, but like, Black Skinhead, you like this track too? Boy, was I wrong. He was right. He was definitely ahead of time for me, you know what I'm saying? And then we get to the next track. Not the next track, bitch. I swear to God. When I hear I Am a God, first of all, everybody got mad at Kanye because he was saying, I am a God. So they were saying, you're disrespecting Jesus. Kanye didn't give a fuck. He was like, yes, I am a God. And I think a lot of people really didn't understand, like, they really didn't appreciate the track because they were so caught up in the politics of like, yo, this man motherfucker says he's a god. I can't fuck with somebody that thinks he's above everybody else. I can. Come. Bro, this shit just... And one thing I want to talk about too, I love how he mixes the Caribbean shit. Like, this man had a whole shata speaking through his whole album. He had a shata, bro. If y'all don't know what a shata is, go look it up. This motherfucker had a shata, a Brampton shata. Motherfucker, a Brampton shata. But he had a motherfucking Jamaican coming here and just giving the dialogue all through these tracks, which I thought was crazy. Hold on, let me get my Discord. floor right here, I feel like I'm possessed.
I am a god. Hurry up with my damn massage. Hurry up with my damn menage. Get the Porsche out the damn garage.
That shit's so crazy, though. Man, turn this shit up, man. What the fuck going on my Spotify? This shit is low as fuck, man.
Gas polos with a fucking backpack. But everybody know you brought real rap back. Nobody.
First of all, fuck Virgil. By the way, fuck Virgil. What the... In all honesty, I would have just been okay with not donating anything instead of just throwing $50. Like, what do you think you doing with $50, brother? What are you doing with $50, brother? Your goddamn shoestrings cost $50. What are you doing with $50?
Been diamond, shot down shining. Monopoly, this bitch against restaurant. Hurry up with my damn croissants. I am a god.
So basically, the track was just like, yo, not now, sweeting girl, not now. Alright. Basically, the track was about this motherfucker is I'm a guy. He's above everybody else, being narcissistic as fuck. And that's kind of just what came to like for me when I was like, yo, I fuck with this album. Like, you can't tell Kanye shit. And I think that's what a lot of people hated. Because they couldn't tell this nigga shit. If one thing people hate, especially haters and envious people, one thing that they hate is when they can't tell somebody else shit. Because when they have no effect on them, it makes them mad. It's kind of like when people comment on YouTube shit like, man, why is he not acknowledging me? And why is he not? Fuck, man, why is he still rich and I'm broke as fuck? Like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, envious. I am a god, nigga.
That's a Costa Nostra.
I don't even know what that nigga was talking about right there, but that shit sound fire. You know what's really crazy to me when I actually think about like the comparisons, man? And it's always about rap. Rap is always critique to the T. Like, you think about, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, like, oh, let me turn it on. You think about, like, EDM and how electronic music and techno shit works. No one's really caring about the sounds, and no one's caring about the distortion. Everybody's kind of just sitting there just, party boy, party boy, party. No one's really caring about that shit, right? But, like, when it comes to rap, and Kanye did this, and I'm just sitting here just, like, guilty of it as myself. Because I was trained, that's how I've been trained to listen to rap music. You know, or was trained. Now I'm definitely opened up a little bit more. But you kind of just go into it and just like, what is this man doing? Like, what is all these sounds? Like, this is not supposed to be, this is not your standard rap album. I wouldn't even call this a rap album. At that point, like, don't even call it a rap album. Maybe that's the problem. A lot of people are expecting rap albums, and it's just not a rap album. Like, this is with some other alternative shit. So accept that. Kind of like Igor. Igor was not a rap album. So people that were expecting a rap Tyler, the Creator, he did, but at the same time, it was more indie. It's more electronic. It was different. So I feel like right there, man, you kind of just, I don't know, man. Like, you know, Yeezus was definitely groundbreaking. I think that's one thing you gotta respect. A lot of people can say they hate the album. I hate when people say that they hate the album. Actually, a lot. I hate when people say that this album wasn't that good. Like, everybody thinks the same thing. Just because everybody on your green generator, or everybody in your hood, or everybody in your barbershop does not like this album, does not mean that the world didn't receive this album, you know, 5 years later and is one to acknowledge as one of the influences. Now, you can say today's rap game is trash. Fine. It's still here. There's still millions of people still enjoying the Lils of Lils, all right? So you can't sit there like, that's like me saying that Lil Uzi Vert is terrible and no one listens to his music. That's false as fuck. I already know that he's the most popular, one of the most popular artists now. I don't like him, but I will acknowledge and respect who he is and who his status is in music. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists in today's music. You can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing of being in denial, and there's one thing of just having an opinion, all right? Next track, though, New Slave. Now, New Slaves, this man Kanye was talking his shit. He was talking his shit and giving game to a lot of people, and a lot of people weren't listening. There's a line in here that he specifically says that I preach to you guys, and I'm gonna talk about it as soon as we get to the line. But there was actually two versions of this track. I actually like both of them, but I do prefer the CD version than the actual, you know, previous.
He's in the era when clean water. You see his broke, nigga race him. That's that don't touch anything in the stove. And it's rich, nigga race him. That's that come in, please buy more.
Real shit.
Only be niggas. Everybody playing. Spending everything on Alexander Wang. New slaves.
You heard what he said? Spend everything on Alexander Wang, new slaves. And I try to tell you guys, the one that laughed, damn, look, that motherfucker got the $5 Hanes shirt. He got the $5 black tee. He got the $20 black tee from Forever 21. See, it's broke nigga racism and this rich nigga race. I laugh because new slaves. Everybody that is trying to be like Lil Uzi, that's trying to be like Gunna, trying to be like NBA Youngboy, you are not NBA Youngboy. You are not Lil Uzi Vert. You are not, you know what I'm saying, the baby. Stop going out there flaunting all your shit, spending $1,000 on Alexander Wang when all you got in your bank account is 2 G's. It makes no sense. So I always tell people out there, oh yeah, I buy this shit. I want to be rich. I do it for myself. Get the fuck out of here, bro. When people literally say that they do it for themselves, and I preach this, I've been preaching this for the last 2 months. When people say they do this for themselves and they dressing to look all nice and shit, you're doing it why? Why did you decide to get Gucci? Why didn't you decide to get Louis? Why didn't you decide to get South Pole? Why did you decide to get Janko instead of getting the Gucci? Why? Because that is a status symbol. It may not be 100% to show off, but I guarantee you, it's not definitely 100% for yourself. You doing something for some reason, whether it's to impress other guys, or actually, whether it's to impress other girls, or flex on guys. I don't even mean impress, flex on dudes. Because half the time, a girl don't care what you got on. I do it to look good. Who decides if you look good? What do you decide that looks good? That looks good. No, you a new slave. That's what you a new slave. All right. So I will continue wearing my $5 Hanes shirts. All right. But I also got motherfucking 80K in the bank. All right. I will be okay with that. I'm cool wearing my little $5 shirts. I'm definitely not rich yet, but I know what I'm doing. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
But I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. I see the blood on the leaf.
Foreshadowing what was coming to one of probably the greatest Kanye songs today, top 20, I would say. I don't know where to put it yet. I don't got a top 10, top 20, but I'm gonna put it in the top 20 to be safe. All right, it's somewhere in the top 20 easily.
Say like B, I know that we the new state. Y'all niggas can't fuck with me. Y'all niggas can't fuck with Ye. Y'all niggas can't fuck with Ye.
I didn't like this part right here. I didn't like that part. Can all agree, man, showing right there, that was also a lot of people. Again, I think a lot of people really just went into this and they were so angry at what Kanye West was becoming, because you also got to understand this was also Taylor Swift. You know, this is post Taylor. You know, this was a lot of stuff that Kanye was getting, you know, backlash on, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like he was above everybody else. So when he kind of made this album, man, you know, he was coming off narcissistic and really assholish. And a lot of people just weren't really fucking with that. So they brought the personality into the music, and that's what happens. A lot of people bring the personality into music. You know, they bring look, Chris Brown did what he did. That's fine. He gave Rihanna a left hook. Guess what? I was also, you know, I'm still doing run it. Like, it don't matter, all right? Like, he gave Rihanna a left hook. Fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't condone that at all. But I also don't condone not listening to run it, and not crumping, all right? That's what I don't condone either. So it's really, you know, like, when you put the personality there, you can't, like, a lot of people do it with Chris Brown a lot to nowadays. Like, they're like, that shit was trash. Come on, man, that shit was not trash. That shit was not trash. I understand that you're mad because he gave the hook, like, you know, like, and we're not talking about the hook on the song, we're talking about he gave the hook. But you can't deny that man's talent. And I want to say right here with New Slaves, it kind of just exactly what I speak on right around in America. Like, with the whole, I will talk about it in another video, but I don't agree with the riots stealing from the high brand shit. I don't agree with that. But, you know, we get into, like, I just feel like this album was underappreciated because of wrong reasons. But again, I may be wrong. Maybe people didn't like it. Now, the next track is Hold My Liquor. I somehow still don't like this track. But I don't skip it. Right? I don't like this track. I can safely say I don't like this track. But I also don't skip it. It makes no sense to me. So I'm trying to understand, like, do I like this track or do I not like this track? But we can let it play for a little bit. I can hold my liquor. And at first, I never knew until about 3 years ago that was Chief Keef. When I listen to music, I don't like going inside. I don't like dwelling. I just like getting the experience. I hate going to Genius. I hate going to, like old school days. Before, back in the day, when if we wanted some lyrics, we have to go to the library. We would have to print the lyrics out, pay 50 cents to get the lyric page, and then go home, and then you can listen to the lyrics while you had the song. Or the lyrics will come in the actual packet of the album. That's what they used to do back in the day. But now I kind of just like being open. I like, every time I listen to Lupe Fiasco, I find something new. I kind of like finding new things on my own because it's more of a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? Like now y'all got cheat codes and shit. Y'all got cheat sheets. Y'all be like this. Y'all got motherfucking Spark Notes in the y'all be watching my video. Y'all got Spark Notes. Y'all be like, that nigga definitely don't know because that motherfucker goddamn Run the Jewels 4. He said in this line, Killer Mike said this. That nigga definitely don't know what he talking about, bro. But I got my Spark Notes right here.
Ain't handle no liquor, but these bitches can't handle me. Got my coma, waking up on your sofa when I park my Range Rover, slightly scratched.
The one part, I don't want to let this play out too much because like I said, I'm confused on whether I like the song. But this one part right here always gets me. I think it gets everybody. A lot of Kanye tracks you can really slow down. I be thinking about like, unless like, again, if it's a melodic track, usually it's always going to sound good slow. Hence why Hold My Liquor and Bound To also sound slow really good. But like, when you listen to Hold My Liquor, you get this part right here, it just shows you kind of the emotion. And, the track is about not holding your liquor. I get that. But again, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's a weird track for me. Man, we're gonna let that finish. I know a lot of y'all love that track, man. It's probably one of your favorite tracks on there, but I would have to say that is the only true skip. Okay, I'll lie. That is probably the only track. If I had to put this a ranking, that would be 10. That would be 10 for me if I had to put it as a ranking. Again, it's just a weird track. Yeah, but I do always, every time it comes on though, I'm always like, I can't hold my liquor. I'm there. I'm right there with y'all, and I'm always there as well. But I'm just saying, it's just, I don't know, man. Just get in comments below if you feel the same way. But if you think it's fire, by all means, you think it's fire. Now, the next track is, for me, at least for me and my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? We always argue between I'm In It and Blood on the Leaves. First of all, get in the comments below. Let me know, what do y'all think? Y'all think I'm In It is better than Blood on the Leaves, or Blood on the Leaves is better than I'm In It? I think in the long run, Blood on the Leaves has definitely, evolved to be the better track. But when I first heard this for the first 5 months, I'm In It had to be on replay for me. I'm In It was probably, hands down, my most played song from Yeezus. Because it was, Bon Iver was just, like, and when you hear it, it was like the Kanye demon. This is the sex Kanye. This is the Kanye who's literally talking his shit right now. This is back, and the production was just all over the place. And again, the Shatta boy. The Shatta is literally just having the dialogue, and it's all just coming together. This is some shit that we have not heard. Alright, this was some new shit to me. Stop calling me Scam Likely. This was some new shit to me. So we...
Neck, ears, hand, legs, eating ass. Your pussy's too good, I need to crash. Your titties, let them out.